Hello, grade 7s. Hope you are all doing fantastically. Today we are going to be doing creative writing. So if this is lesson 4, you're going to need your English book, and we are going to be doing activity 6, page 29. Okay, so today we're going to be focusing on a descriptive essay, which is activity 6. On the hunt. So here your task is. Write a descriptive essay of at least 1 page on the theme of On the Hunt. This topic can be interpreted in any way that you wish, and it need not refer to an Easter egg hunt. Your story could describe hunting for a missing pet, for example, or searching for an answer to a question, or anything that relates to this topic. Okay, so grade 7, the word hunt means to look for something. Okay, so because your task is on the hunt, you can pretty much write about anything where a person or you or an animal is busy looking for something. Okay, it is a descriptive essay. That means that you need to use a lot of describing words. Okay, so you need to be able to speak about things that will appeal to people's senses. So you can talk about how things look, how they sound, how they smell, how they taste, and how they feel. That is what makes a descriptive essay so great. Please keep in mind, it cannot be shorter than a page. Okay, now you have got your rubric. Okay, so skills being assessed. Structure. Is the essay well structured with a good introduction, middle paragraph, and a conclusion? Okay, so something you guys need to remember as well is that every single essay needs to be written in paragraphs. Okay, please remember to write in paragraphs, and then you need to obviously have your introduction, your middle, and your conclusion. Content. Does the content relate to the topic? Is the content relevant and interesting? Is there enough information included but not too much? So the content is what you are writing about. Does what you are writing about match the topic? So if the topic is on the hunt and you are busy talking about sleeping underneath your bed, okay, it's not relevant. You need to make sure that what you write about is your topic or is about your topic. Then descriptive language. Has the learner used adjectives, adverbs, and figures of speech to create interesting descriptions? Are the descriptions used relevant and appropriate within the context? Okay, so adjectives are describing words. Adverbs describe your verbs. Okay, they describe how somebody is doing something. And here's a hint, adverbs usually end in ly. So for example, she sings beautifully. See, beautifully describes, sings, and it ends in ly. He ran quickly. Quickly describes how he ran, and it also ends in ly. So that's on adverbs. Okay, and then you need to add figures of speech. So that's things like alliteration, metaphors, similes, onomatopoeia. You guys have learned about those. It's important to use those in your writing. Then grammar. Has the learner used correct English grammar and conventions in his or her essay? What is the standard of the language used? Okay, so here you obviously need to use language that is appropriate. So you need to, in other words, just don't write grade 1 sentences. Okay, so don't write, I am happy, I go for a walk. Throughout the whole thing, okay? You need to be able to make sure that it flows. And then you also need to make sure that you have got a verb and subject agreement. So for example, you can't say he are happy. It must be he is happy. Okay? Then the last one, progression from rough to neat. Does the learner's rough draft show adequate planning and structuring of the essay? Has adequate editing been used to improve the draft from rough to neat? Okay, so the point of having a rough draft and a neat draft is so that you can edit. Okay, so from your rough draft, you need to read over it and you need to make sure that you don't have any mistakes. And if you do, you need to correct them so that what you write down for your final paragraph is awesome. Okay, and then it's with your final marks and the levels that you've obtained. Okay, planning and brainstorming using a mind map. So you guys should know how to use mind maps. You need to mention your characters, the plot, the setting, maybe if there's conflict, and then a conclusion. Okay, so but you can, yes, so plan and brainstorm using your mind map. It really is going to make things a lot easier for you. And the awesome thing about mind maps is that they also help you to put your content into paragraphs. Okay, so for example, setting. If you describe where the story takes place, then that could be one of your paragraphs. Okay, so mind maps are very helpful with planning. Okay, then a good descriptive essay gives a detailed picture of a person, place, or thing. Has an opening paragraph that grabs the reader's attention and tells the topic of the essay. Has middle paragraphs that provide details about a different part of the subject. Includes a closing paragraph that tells what the writer thinks about the topic. Includes sensory details and figurative language. Okay, so now here's just some figurative language that you could use. So there's a simile, compares two things using like or as. For example, the dog is as smelly as my brother's dirty socks. Then a metaphor, directly compares two things by saying one thing is another thing, does not use like or as. Life is a long, twisty roller coaster. Personification, non-human things are given human qualities or characteristics. The snowflakes danced in the wind. Okay, so with this personification, we know that snowflakes can't dance, okay? But because of how the wind was busy blowing, it looked like they were moving around. And so that is why we can say that they were dancing, even though, like, snowflakes can't dance, right? Okay, then alliteration, the repetition of the same beginning sound in a series of words. For example, Sally sells seashells by the seashore. It's that repetition of s. Okay, good. Okay, so here you need to write your first draft. You guys are only going to be doing your first draft today. You are going to be doing your planning on your mind map, and then you're going to write out your story, yes, as a first draft. So this is going to be what you would like your story to be. But now the point of a first draft is that it's never going to be perfect. Okay, so you need to write down your rough draft, and then afterwards you're going to check it, see what you can edit. Okay, see if you've made any mistakes. Then you're going to send your rough draft to me. We'll let you know about that though, so don't stress about it now. And then I will be able to give you a few pointers. I will give you some notes on how to improve your descriptive essay. I'll give it back to you, and then you will write your final. But as I said, this is going to take place over the next couple of days or weeks. So please don't stress. You are only doing your planning and your first draft for now.